So in the short pilot for this section of the book, this is the first page of Find the Win in Perfect Your Chess by Volokitin. Aside from just describing some common psychological pitfalls that people step into when they have winning positions, such as expecting the position to win itself, he makes a good point of suggesting that chess players should have some kind of chess hygiene, like a routine that you do all the time where you are solving some basic and complex situations routinely. And I like that idea. That's something that I have aimed to do in my own chess life, and so I kind of have to agree that if one truly wants to consistently improve or at least maintain their level and really be involved in chess, they should have some kind of routine that they constantly engage in. So this whole chapter is about finding the win in winning positions, which he seems to suggest is a combinative undertaking. So I'm going to search for these games and put them into a study and share them with you. So let's start with the first one. I was doing other stuff, otherwise I would have done this earlier, so you don't have to wait for me, but maybe you'll enjoy looking at the page. I'm assuming that Volokitin chose the game of theirs where he won the game. Let me just see if this matches. Yeah, it does. Already. I'm just gonna play all the moves until we get to the part where the diagram position is. Alright, I think this is it. Let me see. Black to play. Yeah, this looks right. Alrighty, let's get into it. It's this first diagram up here on the top left. He says, in accordance with tradition, we open the chapter with a win against the FIDE world champion. He says that he's beaten him, and he's beaten so-and-so, and so on. This was all before Wesley So was a chess grandmaster. His little whimsical comments are kind of funny. So black has to find a win here. And the theme of the chapter is winning one positions, so I guess it might also be good to look at the position, just try to understand, like, why is this winning? Well, I imagine it has something to do with the strong g3 pawn. I see an idea, but it's just an idea. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's more than an idea. One thing that I could do is play like queen h5, which I think necessitates rook h1. And then there's pawn takes h1. I'm sorry, queen takes h1, king takes h1, g2. They can only play king g1. And then bishop d4. Which wins in exchange. So I'm going to say this is my answer. I'm going to play it out. So we go here. I think they can only really do this. Yeah, probably. I'll show a little bit more in a second. So I take, go here. They can only play king g1. And originally I was thinking bishop h2. But that doesn't work because they can take, and when I promote, the queen's guarding it. So I want to win the queen. This looks like it should do it because we're going to maintain this strong pawn, at least for the time being, and we're winning material. This is probably the way to be most damaging. And this looks pretty dangerous. Yeah, I think this is probably my answer. And if they try something like this to guard against queen h2, which I believe would be fatal, then we should have this move. They could go here. But I really do like this position. Once we trade queens, it should be pretty easy. But maybe that's not even necessary. Anyway, I think the main line here, sorry, the diagram starts right here, is with queen h5, and the justification for queen takes h1. I think that's the big thing here, the large cheese or something. Okay, so second one, that's Volokitin versus Caparazzi. I'll populate that now. I don't think I have it. Let me see. Maybe I spelled the name wrong. I'll just check his whole tournament from Batumi in 2003. Interesting. They spelled his name with a Q. That's why it's not in chess base. Anyway, it's pronounced the same, I imagine. Alright, so we put that in there. We find the diagram position, which is white to play. King stuck in the middle of the board. Let me see, what else is important in this position? Pawn on d6, so I guess I'll go until I see a pawn on d6. Alright, this should be it. White to play. How to win this one position? Well, I see one way. It could be rook takes e6. This should win routinely. And with this one we have this and this. That should do the trick. For example, like this. And I do believe in this position. But maybe there's more to think about. Rook takes e6 is the main thing, though. The point of resistance would be pawn takes e6, queen g6, king f8, bishop e7, I guess, king g8. I wonder about bishop f6 and rook h7. That could be a thing. Yeah, I think that's probably a little bit better than what I was thinking. Maybe go back. And queen g7 would be mate. They don't have any checks, so they should protect it like this, and then this is mate. So that looks like an answer to me. How to win the game. Okay, and we move on. Volokitin versus Seoul. Of course, it doesn't show up. They probably spelled the name differently. So I'll look for all of his games from 2004. Looking for somebody with a short name. I do not see Seoul. It says it's in Mainz, Germany. So maybe I can search Mainz. Maybe it's because it's a rapid tournament that it's not here. Anyway, I can set up the position. Just take a second. But you guys can look at the diagram for now while I do that. Oops. Little typo there. Apparently you can like make streaks of them. Which is probably fun for about like 2 seconds. I think this is accurate. Yeah, why not? Looks good. Well, knight f7 already looks pretty good, or knight e6, but our queen is hanging, so we can't do that, as far as I can tell. Knight e6, knight f4, knight g7, king e7, bishop h4, f6, if it wasn't for those pesky kids, I mean, the fact that they could play f6, this would probably win on the spot. So that's a fun thing to look for. But sometimes I just get distracted by interesting ideas. So maybe it's not working. Let's see, knight e6, knight f4, knight g7, king e7. So close to working. Bishop h4 is logical. f6, well, they could block in 3 different ways too. They could give a piece back. Yeah, I don't think it's working. Okay, so no cool queen sacrifice. Not today. But it is almost mate. Bishop g6 is also like a pretty obvious move. Bishop takes, pawn takes, and then the rook's hanging and the queen's hanging. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. That doesn't look good. I wonder about knight f7, rook f7, bishop g6. That looks good. How about knight f7, knight f4, knight d6, king e7, and then bishop h4. Knight f6 is probably the best move. How many pieces am I getting for a queen now? The thing that I'm thinking about is like this, where I throw this check, they can only go here. I do this. This is probably the way to go. I could take this one, and then I have 4 minor pieces against 3, but I'm down a queen. I'm about to have like 2 minor pieces. For instance, they might play this move. It looks really shaky, but it's kind of interesting. Like I go here, they go here, I go here. Probably they'll activate their queen. But I could just take this. If they take the knight, we take the bishop. If they take on d3, I probably can't take on g7. It doesn't look too good. So they might just do that. But I could probably head all this off with bishop takes a6 to avoid that problem. So they take back, and then we check, and take this one. Of course, what else? Take probably just start taking everything. And then this position's not good. And this is also a very long line, so I find it unlikely this will actually transpire. There's something here, though. King looks weird in the middle of the board. It's just so close to actually working. The other line that I was looking at, just to illustrate, was this one. And if they play like f6, they're still in the game, it looks like, which is not what I want to see. I could take this knight, and then I have 4 minor pieces against 2 and some ongoing attack on the king, but it's not guaranteed to produce results. At the same time, it looks like tremendous compensation. Like I would definitely choose this over the other line because I think my compensation is a lot more speculative here. Whereas in this line, I already have 2 minor pieces for the queen. Knight g6 is on tap. Knight f5 is also kind of looming large. This rook is engaged on h5, and I could also castle long to just continue calmly attacking their king after some, you know, whatever they choose to play here. Because I think this is a very good compensation. I'm tempted to check with the engine because, you know, this is my final answer. Yes, as this is plus minus, a huge position. So as long as this final position is arrived at by force, I think this is my correct answer. So I'll just move on and solve some more. So the next one is against somebody named Jonkman. Interesting name. Let's search it up. Alrighty, and what's that position? Let's see. This with a king on b5 and a knight on c4. Okay. Some Berlin stuff. This is an interesting line that I don't know that much about. Alright, now we're approaching a situation with a king on b5. Okay, I think this is a critical moment. Yep, looks legit to me. So what is white gonna do here? I don't think we're in such an advantageous position that we should play a move like rook d5, because after pawn takes, rook takes e8, we've just exchanged rooks, and like they can tolerate the fact that their pawn on d5 is hanging. They could play like, I don't know, c6 or something. It doesn't look that bad. So probably not rook d5. I think they can take it. Our rook on e3 is hanging, so it's probably not something protracted like rook a1. I don't see a like immediate mate idea where like I could give up a rook for a check or something. Their king is not really trapped. I would need to put a beat on that knight to have an idea of chasing the king away and capturing the knight for free. So I don't think it's that either. So I'm still wondering what is going on here. In just a really basic way, I don't have a lot of options for where to put my rook. Like I can put on e4. Which looks normal. I can put on e2, also normal looking. Rook e1, which doesn't look that active, but you know it's a move. And rook d3 runs into knight b2, so I think that's probably some kind of equal. Like I could probably play rook d8 there. And rook f3, they probably can still play knight e5. Hello, Wolf. Welcome. Just chilling. Doing a little bit of studying before I go do other stuff. Had a lot going on earlier in the day, so this is really my first chess today. Aside from like tiny like little puzzle sessions in between of doing stuff. What's going on with you? I did a couple puzzles earlier, and I didn't do that well. I dropped below 2600 again. I could probably get that back like any time, so I'm not worried about that, but just didn't perform that well. Which is understandable, because I was doing other stuff. Maybe it is rook d5 just to like keep an active position, but it doesn't feel like going for the win. Even if they do something like, I don't know, this move. Like, what's white really gonna do that's dangerous or threatening? It's just an equal position as far as I can tell. So I don't really think it's rook d5. Wolf reports big homework assignments. That's annoying. Yeah, I was kind of chasing a deadline myself. Well, it's due Thursday, but I submitted it yesterday. It was looming over me. Wanted to get it out of the way. And I have a paper draft to work on, so I've got that cut out for me tomorrow. But I'm trying to dedicate time at least equally much to things I really want to do. I think it's important. I've been spending a lot of time doing things because it's the right thing to do, but it doesn't have to be 24/7. In my opinion. I mean, everybody's different. This is a kind of stumpy position. Hard to really make heads or tails of it, really. It just looks like a position where you can choose to do something and they're all equally equal. Sort of. Wolf dropped a class. Which class did you drop? And if you dropped it, does it mean you're not going to take it, or you just punted it to the future? I forget what you're doing. Is it electrical engineering? I was talking to a former electrical engineer person today. They have like a real job now. I don't feel like it's the same. Engineering statistics. Okay. I'm taking some kind of BS statistics course right now. Maybe I shouldn't say it like that, because like for somebody it's not BS, and it's not like the professor's bad or something. He seems really good. It's just like, it's simple statistics, so it's just something I need to finish to graduate. So I'm doing that. Mostly going to be learning R in that class. Computer science, got it. This one I might just put a big question mark on it. I'm not sure. Like, I see rook d5 force trades pieces, and then white is still maybe slightly better or something. And that's a pretty good alternative to, like, I don't know, retreating. Like, I could play a move like this, which is pretty open-ended. I think they would just play rook e7. I had a thought, but it doesn't really work. My thought was actually knight d5, but they take, and there's nothing really there. I was just tripping. Yeah, anyway, so like, sorry, actually I went back too far in the game. Yeah, I was thinking about these moves, like rook e4, rook e2. I can just play them as candidate moves. Rook e2, rook e4, rook d3, which I think runs into knight b2. I think I can escape like this, but I don't really want to escape from a position where I was probably better a second ago. This move, I think they have knight e5. It all seems kind of annoying, not very productive. Like here I'll probably have to drop back to f2 or f1 anyway, and I don't see why I would do that. So I think I'm kind of down to like rook e4 or rook e2 or rook e1. Oh, I also have rook e1. Forgot about that. Woof, that sounds terrible. Having a teacher who claims that 25% times 2% is 50%. That doesn't make any sense. But that's also the kind of thing that I would expect at LSU. Not to like dunk on the school that we go to, but you know, they're not famous for their undergraduate program. Graduate stuff is always different. It's like department to department, it's different, but I don't know. I feel like sometimes there are well-established trends, and the trend is that LSU is a football school, not a super academic place. Okay, so let's say I'm playing like, well, I already looked at rook e2, it's not great. So let's say rook e4 with the idea of rook d5. Well, I don't know if my idea is really rook d5. I'm just going to play it because, like, by elimination, I think this is probably the most promising move. I bet they could just play knight d6. Maybe this extra tempo is actually helpful. I don't know, the c-pawn's hanging. Yeah, what am I even going to do here? This is tricky. I'm going to back it up because I just don't know. I'm contemplating this one though, so we get narrow. PFT is like a normal building at LSU. I don't think it's even that nice. It's probably just nicer than other LSU buildings. Like if you go to like any other university, like half of their buildings will probably be like that one, if it's a decent university. That's a bad sign though. 60 out of 150 dropped. I once took a differential equations class where the guy gave an exam that was just like wildly unreasonable, and the distribution for the grades was like what's the word for that? Inverted, where it's like there's a peak at 0 and there's a peak at 100. So like no one got a middle score. Everyone either failed the exam or aced it. I forget the name of that distribution, but you know that's what the grading looked like after the first exam. And he said if you don't like your grade, drop the class. He like just didn't care. It was pretty rough. Well, what buildings are even in the quad? I'm thinking inverted bell curve, but it wasn't smooth because it's just like two peaks. It's not even really there's like nothing in the middle. It might be like x to the 8th or something is the closest polynomial or something. I don't really know. I forget. Jogging my own memory for the names of distributions and stuff. It's not very productive right now, so let me see. Rook e4. I don't know. I just don't know. If I had to guess, I'd say rook e4, but it doesn't strike me as like a winning position. Did I even get the diagram right? Because like, I'm really doubting right here. Oh, I have the diagram wrong. There's a pawn on g5. All right, so he played this and then g5. This is actually our diagram. No wonder I couldn't find anything. There was nothing there. Oh, the library and basically every undergrad class. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I actually took one class in there It was like a C++ class. I didn't like the classroom building. Got a kind of bad vibe. Okay, so they just played g5. This is kind of different. Now if I play rook d5, takes, they could take on f4, so maybe not that. Maybe I could take on g5, play rook d5. Okay. Well, they also don't have to take it. They could play c5 themselves. I think if I played f5, they might not even take it. They might even play e5. That looks pretty reasonable. If I could just, like, get the king to move, I could take this knight. One of my first ideas, aside from taking the knight, was just to play rook e1 too. But I think after rook d e1, they could just take on f4, and we'd probably take back. And if I ever take on e6, they take on f4, which should be equal. I actually don't have to take any real classes, Wolf, after this semester, I think. Maybe if I want to, but I don't think anyone's going to require me to do anything except research for credit at that point. So I'm kind of looking forward to that, not having to jump through any hoops. Maybe for the rest of my life. That'll be really nice. I like the idea of taking classes that I want to take and not caring about my grade. That'd be cool. I do like taking classes, just not when it's like a slog. Okay, maybe here's a thought. Maybe it's rook d to d4. Yeah, taking all computer science does sound pretty nice, generally. I haven't taken a ton of computer science. I've mostly been expected to just figure it out as I go, but what I've done I like. I think there's a lot of stuff that I don't have to do that I would enjoy a lot later on. Like, I want to teach myself to reverse binaries at some point in the near future. It's on my to-do list. I think I have the same problem where if I play rook d4, I'll draw some arrows. They'll hit this knight. And I don't have rook d5 or anything here, so I'd probably play rook e5 just to not lose my rook. I'm guessing they would play king a4. And this actually starts to look pretty scrumptious now. Maybe this is something. So probably they should do this one instead. But then we can just take twice on g5. That looks pretty winning. Okay, so maybe this is something. My idea was to put this rook on d4. I thought they would go here. I throw them a check. They should probably not go here on a4 because of some discoveries. I imagine they'll go here. Although I didn't work out the details, that's just my gut feeling. And then I want to take this. And I'm going to pawn up. It looks good. You know, if they try to double up, I'll just protect the back rank or whatever. Like, I should be fine. Oh, hold up. There's c5 here. So it's like rook d4. If they played c5 here, I would take, and I'm happy. Maybe I'll take with the pawn. I don't know. So they're not playing c5 there. It's really here where they move the knight. I throw a check. They move their king. And now I have a rook on d4 and a knight on b4. They take here. They take, and then play c5. That is what could be disturbing. I have rook takes d6. Okay, maybe it's not that big of a deal. But if their king is on a4, maybe. Alright, Wolf is asking, would I do a specific focus in computer science like cybersecurity? No, I'm not trying to get a job in computer science. I'm just interested in computer science problems. So I'd probably do just a couple of specific things that I like that might cross computer science boundaries, or I just don't really care. Reversing binaries is definitely like a cybersecurity side problem, but I find it interesting just because it's an inverse problem, and inverse problems are interesting. Chess has a lot of backwards inverse problems, so chess is kind of interesting to me too. Not that I'm like obsessed with that one thing; it's just an example of something that I like. Okay, I kind of think this is something. I think other moves like knight a3 or knight b2 are not so hot. I think knight d6 is the forcing thing to pay attention to. I was thinking this. If they play c5 now, I think either way I'm taking on d6. Yeah, so probably it's still like this. If they go here, I take this. If they go here, I do this, or just... yeah, I just do this. So I don't think that's a problem. And if that's not a problem, I don't think anything's a problem. I think this is probably my answer. Okay, so let's move on to the game Volokitin versus Crevoisier from 2002. So Wolf, if you are a comp sci guy in undergrad, what are you aiming for? Something like cybersecurity? Is that the plan? Yeah, I don't think this game exists in my database, the Crevoisier. I think the rapid tournament things, they're not in any databases. There's probably like millions of really interesting games that are not in any database. Probably a queen in here somewhere. Just kind of spitballing where these pieces are. 3 minor pieces each. Yeah, this looks pretty reasonable. Let's see, is it white to play? It is. Alright, so Wolf says that he's very general, but going towards server-side software. Well, that sounds fun. You're getting a Linux certification. What does that even constitute? Like, I know how to use Linux a little bit, but I wouldn't say that I like deserve a certification. I'll play one game with you, Wolf. Why not? Something casual, like not rated, and maybe like 3 minutes or 5 minutes. All right. I'm sending a challenge. Maybe like 5 minutes. Yeah, why not? And casual. Alright, we got it. Alright, let me just put the game thing on. Oops, it didn't work. One sec. Please forgive me for my small delay. I just need to get the board working. Alright, I got it. Wolflet says he has a winning record. I think we played in simul's and stuff. I don't remember. Maybe some silly stuff occurred. I'm not sure. I honestly don't remember like any of our games. Oh, it looks terrible. Let me fix that. I think that'll do for now. I think I'm gonna get a pawn. That might be nice. Who knows? Getting a rook is nice too. Alright, good game. Yeah, I'll take one more. But then we can switch back to the puzzles, I think. Hello, Eater Master. Welcome. We're gonna go back to the puzzles after this one game. Because playing chess makes me anxious, and I still want to do my puzzles. Let's just do this because it looks kind of funny. So far, so good. Master said he's about to finish his homework and had to grind today. Yeah, I think that's kind of the whole mood for our stream today. We were all grinding a little bit. I'm getting into chess a little bit late today. I think playing a game is not gonna be like the best, but it's okay. Let's see, somebody followed me. Thank you for following. Go Lie Chess. Yes, Go Lie Chess. Absolutely. That is certainly a check. So I'll probably go right here where it's not check. Wait, hold on. Yeah, this is good. tactics time. Alright, good game. Go Light Chess, I'm not really playing viewers. This was just a little bit intermission. I'm actually solving problems today. Since I'm going to sleep pretty soon, I don't really want to get too agitated from playing games, honestly. But 2 games was enough for me. They were good, interesting games. So I'm going to switch back to solving these problems. Let's see. Where was I going with this? Right, tactics. Or was it the book stuff? Wolf said, this is literally what happens when X and Y. What's that mean? At least in this context. You said I would kick your butt because you're 15. I feel like you being 15 means that you have the home field advantage. I learned how to play chess when I was 15, actually. Which is more than 10 years ago now. So this is the puzzle I was working on when Woof was challenging me. And Woof and I have played many times, so I felt like it was important to give it another go. This one is white to play. You can see the diagram here in the top right of the book panel. And feel free to suggest your options, guys. Eatermaster said free juicer. Like, what? Did I miss something in that game? Hold on, just real quick. We can take a fast look at the game. H3 hanging? When? Oh yeah, I could just take that. You're right. That's funny. I can just take on H3. It's pinned. Take with check. They move the king. I play king, rook back to D3. It's just like the same position. That's funny. Anyway, coming back to here. He said, bro, if X wasn't going on right now, I would have won. You only won because of Y. Wait, what do you mean? Oh, Eatermaster saying because of long weekend, no homework weekend, and state testing. I think that's what you're getting at. Yeah, 96 is on my mind, Go Light Chess. Or is it Lee Chess? I don't know. It's the eternal debate. 96 is definitely up there as an option. But like, what if they just take it and play rook f7? Are they getting 2 pieces for the rook? I think the answer is no, because we have queen b3. So it might look like this. I think that's... Well, Anyway, I don't want to play too quickly into this, but that is something to look at, 96. So, Wolf is mentioning excuses for stuff. I think sometimes excuses are reasons too. I know there's like a big pushback against people making excuses for themselves, but you know, sometimes there's a reason for things. As long as you don't let it get you stuck in your current situation, I think it's fine to acknowledge that there are outside influences on chess. I think when people get too like bogged down in this kind of like bullheaded, like I'm gonna do this no matter what mindset, they're usually not training efficiently. So it's good to not be so extreme that you have no reasons for things, but also not so extreme that you make excuses constantly. No, Go Light Chess, you might be right. I'm thinking about it while I'm talking to you guys. Another idea is bishop takes f7 maybe, like could we trap the queen? Bishop f7, rook f7, knight e6, queen e8, knight takes c7, queen d8, knight takes a8 is something else on my mind. But they have king f7. Maybe we have queen b3, king g6. They might be running in a big circle in that line with king f7. Yeah, so something like this. The main idea is to play a bunch of moves over here. You know, get them running. Here we could force a draw or take a rook. So the real main line here is probably king f7. And I'm wondering how we can make this king suffer. Queen b3 was my first thought. But after king g6, are they not running out? Maybe queen c2, actually. Like this check. Check. Wait, I also just have this again. Never mind like checking the king more. I can also just go ahead and win the rook. So bishop f7 actually just might be it. Because if they move their king, we also have knight e6. Okay, I'm pretty sold on bishop f7 instead of knight e6. Knight e6, pawn e6, bishop e6, rook f7. Even just moving this king, right? Like, what's going on here? I think the answer is bishop f7. I'm going to move on to the next one. So the next one is Volokitin versus Mitkov. This is also the Mainz Rapid in 2003, so I'm going to have to set up that position, I imagine, because I don't have Mainz Rapid in my database. Okay, so that's the white pieces. And white to play. I'll probably do one more after this just because of the time, but you know, it's been good so far. I'm envisioning things where like I sack the queen and checkmate like on the corridor. Goalie Chess is asking, what time is it where I live? Right now it's 21:37. And it's not that I'm going to sleep, actually. It's that I have to go do other stuff before I go to sleep. So I'm trying to leave a little bit of time for other activities. And today I did a lot of driving, so I'm trying to take it easy a bit. Not to be confused with deriving, which you could also do a lot of in one day. Yeah, I want to see a queen sack too. Queen h7, king h7, rook h4, bishop, or knight takes h4 though, right? That's a big oof. Even if the rook was on h3, they could block because there's two pieces covering h4. So the first thing could be bishop takes f6, but it doesn't look like it holds water. They could take on e4 or they could take on f6. The thing that would enhance our chances here with a rook on like able to go to h3 would be queen takes g6, because we could play queen takes, pawn takes, and rook h3, and that would win the game. Unfortunately, it would be very slow to play a move like rook e3. Did I get the diagram right? Yes, I did. Okay. Go Light Chess. What zone are you in? What do you think? What time zone? I imagine Eastern time. That's just my guess. U.S. Eastern time. With no information. 1939. Okay, so what is that West Coast? Yeah, that must be U.S. West Coast time. Because I think Mountain Time would be 20. Yeah, Arizona. Gotcha. Yeah, I think that's Pacific time. Mr. Food Lover, welcome. This puzzle is from the book Perfect Your Chess by Volokitin, and this is the third diagram here. It's in the bottom left. It's labeled number 5. Apparently I've been going out of order because he goes like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I've been going across. So it's out of order, but we're doing the one that says 5 next to it. And this is just a book that one of our viewers was reading some time ago. So I'm kind of just running with this. So bishop f6 could be a thing. If they played rook f6, that would actually... I was thinking, so like, let's say that their rook ends up on f6. This actually doesn't make queen g6 work. But the nice thing would be if they take with the rook right away, we can play rook takes e8. So I think after bishop f6, they have to play rook takes e4. Which might look like bad news because we're losing material and they could always sack back on c4. But I'm not sure. Not yet. So I'm still looking. I don't know, I kind of wish I had both of my rooks involved. Yeah, I'm not sure bishop f6 is really working out. I don't see a follow-up after rook takes e4. Could be something else. I was thinking like bishop d4 or bishop c7, but I don't think it really accomplishes much to force trade rooks, because then I'll have only my queen and my bishop to work with. I don't have any knights, so like bishop g8 stuff doesn't really make sense. If I play something like rook to g4, they will probably play knight takes e5. Gola just says this is over his pay grade. I've heard that before, but we got to push that pay grade. I mean, you don't have to try to solve puzzles that are like way higher, but I think it's good to try to do some crazy puzzles. Back when I was playing chess like full time for a few years, I would just like first thing in the morning like do exercise and then set up a position on the board and just sit there until I solved it, like no matter how hard it was. And I did that a lot. I used a lot of like Dvoretsky's books, and I think it was valuable in its own way. Although at some point I did decide that I wanted to work on some that were not as crazy, like a mix. What is my job? That's a good question. I have 2 jobs right now. Depending on how you count, could be 3. One of my jobs I can't tell because I'm not supposed to have it because of my second job. And then I have a third job that is starting up that's a government job, which I'm not supposed to tell anybody about. So the easy answer is that I am a PhD student and I get some funding from NASA. Yeah, it's complicated right now. That's why I was driving a lot today. I was looking for places to move near the place where I'm getting hired. Which will hopefully go well. Yeah, this is a hard puzzle. I don't really know myself. Yeah, I don't think anybody's like not smart enough to do something. It's just a matter of like how much do you really want to do it, and do you have the opportunity to? I think those are the main details for getting some jobs. Oh, there's also this thing where sometimes you just have to like be in the system for a certain amount of time. Like they won't hire somebody who just started sometimes, that kind of deal. The like academia gatekeeping type stuff. I wonder if I could like just trade a bunch of stuff and play bishop d3. Maybe that would work. Like bishop f6, rook takes e4, bishop d3. If they take on f6, then I take on e4. That looks really equal. Yeah, I would say equal. So maybe bishop f6, rook e4, and then something else. I guess I just am not that sure, like, what are even the weaknesses here? I know that my rook and my bishop are tactical targets, like, they're hanging, not so great. I want to attack on h7 and g7, but I only have a few pieces to work with. And I can't really, like, sack up, like, I can't play, like, rook e3, allow bishop takes e5. First of all, they won't play bishop e5, but even if they did, and I played rook h3, well, actually that would be pretty dangerous. Anyway, they would play rook takes e5, and that would ruin that plan. If I could get my rook on the h-file without losing my bishop on e5, that would be pretty great. Alright, how about bishop takes f6, rook takes e4, bishop takes g7, king takes g7, and then something magical. Maybe rook to d1. I just don't care what happens next. Yeah, I'm pretty stumped on this. Maybe it's bishop d6. Bishop d6, rook takes e4, and then something. Like bishop takes f8 maybe. Okay, maybe it's bishop d4. Bishop takes d4, rook takes e8, rook takes e8, bishop to f7. I sack a minor piece, and then I threaten to win a minor piece. But it could be dangerous. Like this. And the idea here is to take on g6. But I have doubts. I think I have to do this. Now who's checkmating who? After this. This is probably winning for white in this particular case. I'm kind of sold on bishop d4 though. Like, I've looked at a bunch of things. Maybe they won't take on f2. Like, maybe they'll just take back. This might be more sane. But it's the same idea. It's even like the same kind of position if they try this. Oh no, actually, I could just win material straight up. Okay, so they actually can't play rook e1. That's a good sign. Maybe they would play rook back to f8. Looks like a slow version of the same deal. But in this one, they're not dead lost. Not yet. I don't know. I'm going to just say I don't know. I think. I don't think I got this one. I want to do the next one, then wrap up for tonight. So maybe Volokitin versus Matyushin. That was in 2004. Dang, it's like the most obscure games. It's not even in here. They spell everyone's names weird with J's and stuff. This game took place in Kharkov. Escape from Kharkov. Escape from Russia. Oh no, not Kharkov. Matyushin. Cover up these moves, find the position. Alright, it's going to be white to play with a rook on e5 and b7. Oh, this is some theory stuff. Alright, e5 and b7. Yeah, this is it. Alright. Critical moment for our last position for today. I feel like there's got to be some kind of academic answer to this. Like g4, or rook e1 to b1, or I'm tired. Or something. Mainly something. I think creating a pass pawn on the king side sounds pretty good. Like maybe g4. It's threatening to win a pawn, so they better take it. And they don't have really active stuff to do. I'm going to play h5 next move. Like, maybe they'll anticipate it and I'll just play h5. Maybe king g7. This is probably even worse than death itself. Like, they're losing all the pawns now. So I think they have to take this. That all seems pretty forced. And I like my position. Again, if they play king g7, we can play... Well, here I can just take this. So I think this is the answer. Just play g4 and win the game. Don't mess around. Okay. I think now's a good time to break off after like an hour and a half or 2 hours or whatever this has been. So thank you guys for joining me. If you're watching the replay, I hope you enjoyed it. What's my next streamy thing? Let's cut to the schedule. We go to Twitch. Twitch will tell us the schedule. Well. Hey, where is the schedule? I guess when I'm live, the schedule doesn't really appear. Okay, never mind that. Today is Wednesday. I'm not doing anything tomorrow, maybe Friday. So I'll see you guys then. Thank you.